Thanks to the incredible response that you guys gave towards our ChatGPT video, today we are once again back in Jurassic World Evolution 2, only now we're doing things a little bit differently. You guys asked for more and you guys asked to see different AI. And that leads us into today's challenge, which is using Grok AI, Elon Musk's crazy little brainchild, and we're going to be putting that AI to the test to see if maybe it can create a 5-star park. If it does, is it going to be better or worse than ChatGPT? Who knows where this is going to go? Things could end up beautifully, things could end up in utter chaos. There's only one way to find out, and that's to get straight into it, so let's do just that. I've gone ahead and put in my usual prompt saying, I want to make a 5-star park in Jurassic World Evolution 2, how do I do this? Give me step-by-step instructions. And I just gotta say, so far I am actually extremely impressed with what it's had to say. It's given me way more details than ChatGPT ever did.
Place the main entrance, then add the science center, staff center, response facility, and small power station directly behind it. Don't forget to leave room for my newest Tesla plant too. I'm thinking of producing a new line called Fossil Fuels.
This is the map that we're going to be trying to recreate. So I just went ahead and asked it a few more questions trying to figure out what sort of theme it wants us to go for, and it recommends Jurassic World. It lists out a whole bunch of reasons, but we didn't really talk about that too much. So we've gone ahead and done that. Now it says immediately behind it, we want to go ahead and put down a science center, staff center, and response facility. It's a little bit weird that those are the options it wants since we don't even need those in sandbox mode, which it does know we're in, but alas, we're going to do exactly what it says. And that's something I'm going to try and be better about this time. In the last one, yes, I stuck to ChatGPT, but I did get a little bit distracted every once in a while, and maybe still kind of put in my own little bit of creative touch every once in a while. In the moment, I never felt like I was doing it, but after going back and watching it, I was like, I guess maybe I could have taken that a little bit more literally. Either way, let's go ahead and get these buildings put down. Oop. And there goes my timer telling me that I need to go and get my laundry, and reminding you that if you've made it this far into the video and you're not subscribed, then maybe consider doing that. Only a very small percentage of people are actually subscribed to the channel, and it helps me out so much more than you realize. Anyways, let's keep going.
Nice start. Now keep referring to the schematic I've given you to proceed with the next steps. For now, you'll want to make a hatchery as well as lay out the boundaries for your first 3 enclosures. Arrange them in a triangle shape around the entrance.
Alright, so there's the size of our exhibit built, and now, ladies and gentlemen, prepare to feast your eyes on the most effective, definitely not an inefficient use of space, viewing gallery, placed right here in the corner, so that you definitely get the best possible coverage of the exhibit. Yes, indeed. Look at this. Oh, beautiful. We get a whopping quarter of the exhibit covered. Love to see it. I've just realized something. Yeah, wow, that's wild. This path is just completely freestanding up here and does not connect up to the rest of the park. That's really interesting. I gave this thing quite a bit of credit in the beginning, but I am very quickly learning just how bad it might actually be. So here's the exhibit for the Carnivore Kingdom, and here's the exhibit for the Mixed Herbivores Zone. This is going to house our Brachiosaurs and Parasaurs. This is going to house our Tyrannosaurus Rex. We could do that, or 2 Velociraptors. I think the Tyrannosaur is just going to give us more rating, so we're going to go ahead and go with that one. Okay, once again, it has not said anything about how to transport the dinosaurs, so just like with the ChatGPT one, we are going to move these guys manually. Why? Because it's more fun that way. So what Grok recommended we go ahead and do is we come in, make them default skins, and then we up their certain traits. This here is what it suggested. We up the resilience, tolerance, and social ability. And just behind them, it also recommended that we go ahead and release 2 Ankylosaurus. So for these guys, did they just headbutt? What was that noise? Oh yeah, they're having a little tussle with the muscle right there. So these guys, once again, it just wanted us to go with a default skin, and it recommended that we do 1 to 2 Triceratops and 1 to 2 Ankylosaurs. That guy just had an absolute belly flop over there. That was pretty funny. So now that we have these guys in here, put them down here in front of the viewing gallery, we should hopefully start to get our first visitors. So there's that for the Rex, and last but not least, Brachiosaur. Oh, and we've already got our first little group of visitors and half a star for the park. I guess before we get too ahead of ourselves, we need to check that these guys have what they need. Ground fiber, ground fruit, ground leaf. Okay. Ground fiber, ground fruit, ground leaf. Ground fiber, ground fruit, ground leaf. Ground leaf still good. Ground fruit is getting there. I think once they expand into this corner right here, they'll be good, because we're already pretty close, and that corner right there is what has the big old chunk of ground fruit. So what skin and modifications should we put on our T-Rex?
This is an exciting one. Give me a mangrove forest Rex with full chrono pattern. Make it fierce, strong, resilient, and long-lived.
Oh, this is gonna be crazy looking. Okay. Okay. Get a load of this monstrosity. So Grok went ahead and asked us to make a T-Rex, give it the mangrove skin, as well as the Pulcrana pattern. Look at that! That's actually kind of cool! Hold on, I was over here thinking this was gonna look like a cartoon, like those little action fighter little T-Rex things that were on sale a while back. But this actually looks pretty sick. Okay, we need to get the ranger team over here quick. I forgot this thing's just on the loose now.
Hello, delicious.
Please don't go kill everybody.
Now that's the Let's work on the brachiosaur and herbivore exhibits now. It'll send you all of the specifications.
Okay, so first and foremost, it wants a gyrosphere right here on the end of this path. So hopefully that's that nice and lined up. Go ahead and connect you up with the rest of the park. And we're gonna make it just, take a nice little loop through. Hopefully not disturb the creatures too much. So there's that. Allow people to go and look at the vast nothingness. Wow, can you believe your eyes? You paid for this. Probably a lot of money too. Hope it feels worth it. Okay, weirdly enough, it has the gyrosphere thing and the viewing gallery like right on top of each other, which isn't possible. Like it's showing that this should be right here, but that doesn't work. So I guess that means I'm just gonna go ahead and squeeze it right here as close as possible. That kind of works. If you zoom out far enough, it kind of looks like it, right? Yeah, sure, let's go with that. There we go, that looks quite nice. Time for the parasaurs. So after doing the same sort of little sequence of like trying to figure out how we should get them to look, what modifiers to put on them, this is what Grok came up with. We decided to go with, or I guess Grok decided to go with, the 2022 B skin, as well as, let me pull up my notes here, increased resilience, increased social, increased immune system, which doesn't exist, it's just a resilience, increased lifespan, and visual appeal, which doesn't exist, but I put on these skins, so I guess maybe that's kind of Grok's way of doing that, I don't really know. But it decided to go with 3 parasaurs, and then in addition to that, 2 Brachiostachosaurus. So let's release them. For Brachiosaurus, it said to go with the classic, iconic 1993 version, which I could not agree more with. I think that the film skins are some of Frontier's best skins. They just look like they have more thought and everything behind them rather than just a randomly generated palette of colors. So I'm glad that it chose, oh, don't look at that. He's not dead, I swear. All right, and now that these guys are in, as always, Grok recommended that we go ahead and check their needs to see what they need. They need ground nut, and that's it for the parasaurs. All right, let's throw in some of that. Okay, will that satisfy y'all's nutty needs? Yes, it does. Now that we finally have all of those enclosures built, Grok is recommending that we go in and add the amenity zone that it already laid out for us in that schematic that it built. Okay, so there's what that area looks like. It says to have hotel here, followed by the food place here. It says to make this a burger stand, which we'll go ahead and configure all that. Drink stand there, shopping here, restroom, and emergency shelter. It says that we should go ahead and put a storm defense station in this space here, but that's not a thing. That's something that existed back in Jurassic World Evolution 1, I think. Okie dokie. So we configured our shops. The game is run for a little bit to let it balance out, and we are now at 2 and a tad stars. What is the problem? Species variety penalty, poor restroom coverage, poor shelter coverage, 100% accommodation rating, so at least there's that. So I just went ahead and attached a picture of our park, and I said, here's how our park looks so far. Is this what you had in mind? We're at just over 2 stars. We have poor guest comfort due to low restroom and shelter coverage, and our appeal is low since we have 5 out of the desired 10 species. So here's the recommendations that it's gone ahead and just given us. It says to come in here to the guest view, find restrooms, add 1 restroom here by the viewing gallery for the herbivore exhibit, and then likewise we'll do 1 more of those over here next to this viewing gallery here. Interesting to me that it chose to put them there and not over here by the Rex one. And now for shelter coverage, it said to put a shelter up here next to the already existing restroom and viewing gallery, so we'll throw that one there. And then it also wants us to go ahead and put 1 more kind of in between the 2 exhibits down here, so I guess that means we'll throw it right here. What in the world? Okay, it wants us to add 1 Struthiomimus and 1 Edmontosaurus to enclosure number 1, which is the herbivore haven. I can already tell you that this is not going to work. Okie dokie. For Struthiomimus, it recommended that we, whoa, that's not what I expected you to look like. It recommended that we go with the Champlain Valley skin, Lithobates pattern, same gene modifications as every other creature. So there's that one. Let's go ahead and get you tranked up before everybody freaks out. And then Edmontosaurus, this is going to be such a disaster. I can't believe it wants only 1 of these. For this one, it said to go with the Limpopo River skin, as well as the Pulcrana pattern, same modifications, everything else. And whoa! You're cool looking. I like that.
Yo, Scuttles, this is sick. Let's add some more thrilling creatures again though. Throw in 2 raptors with the Rex.
Well, that's a bad idea. What? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, feast your eyes on the Grok designed Velociraptors. It's said to make 2, oops, sorry about that folks, nothing to see here. It's said to go with none other than 2 blues, because why have one when you can have blue? See what I did there? This could be very bad. This could be very, very bad indeed. Thankfully, they actually don't seem too threatening at the moment. I guess they were just born and they're just kind of wandering around, not really knowing what's going on, just kind of trying to get their bearings. Oh, I say that. I say that. I say that. Oh, close one. Oh, and now this one's up and it doesn't even have a trank dart in it. Oh, what a shot! Nice shot, dude. You just got yourself a promotion. Somebody's gonna be getting lucky. Now let's go ahead and finish off this disaster of a decision by placing the Raptors in with the Rex that does not want them there. Raptor is not too far away. They definitely probably know each other are here. The Rex has awoken from its slumber. It has sensed a disturbance. It's taken a sniff. It knows it's not happy. Y'all better not be planning to hunt the Rex together. This is going to be a really interesting little experiment. I've never really thought whether or not you could get aggressive carnivores like this to coexist if you increase their tolerance. We're going to see a cool little social animation. Yes, we are. Surprise! Uh-oh. Oh, you're unhappy too. Oh! Oh, that's really bad. Oh, that's like extremely bad. Get Grok on this.
Yeah, you need to fix this. Didn't realize I needed to ask you not to breed sensitive dinosaurs. Fine then. Get the Rangers to return the Rex and move the Raptors to their own enclosure.
Look out, people! Look out below! Oh,
nice shot.
There go 2. That looks like it's just a concussion. You'll get up from that. Could be much worse. You could be like this guy right here. Actually, Ranger team might save the day. Oh! Ranger team has done it. Nice job. I can't believe nobody's like died yet. There's that new exhibit. We need to get the Ranger team to very quickly tranquilize and transport these guys before the Rex goes and kills them. All the while that this is going on, I know that a Montosaurus is just itching to break out too, which is really scary. It's actually kind of calmed down now, but for a minute it was breaking out. I don't know why. It was only like a one-time thing, but either way, it recommended that we go ahead and add 1 more of those, and it also recommended that we go ahead and add 2 more Struthiomimus since they were unhappy. Here come 2 Struthi mommies, and likewise, let's go ahead and pull out Edmontosaurus. Ooh, sassy.
Hi, how are you?
Got some attitude on this one. It looks like it woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Lastly, now that we finally have gotten back on track from where we were, Grok recommended that we add a Diplodocus that looks like this. This is the Amazon rainforest skin combined with, I think this is the Palacra, whatever it was. Same exact gene modifications as every single other species. It really likes those ones.
Cool beans, we need more money though. I'm sending you the locations for where to add some new restrooms and amenities. Don't worry about shelters. Let's have some fun. Once that's done, also add an aviary and a gyrosphere looping through all of the exhibits.
Okay, what in the world is this? This has got to be the ugliest gyrosphere route that I have ever seen. I don't know if I'm just misinterpreting it. I wish I could say that was the case, but I really don't think it is. But look at this. It says, start at the new station that's near Enclosure 1. Enter this, loop around, enter Enclosure 2 from the west side. So that means that we need to come all the way out here. Enter on the west side, loop through this, then enter into the raptor paddock, loop down by the viewing platform, out the top of this one, all the way across, enter into Exhibit 4 from the north side, loop around that, exit through the north side, only to return back to Exhibit 1, our original one, from the north side once again. This is just weird, man. But that's what Grok wants, so we're gonna run with it. So the next thing that it wanted us to do was to add the aviaries for the pteranodons. It said it wanted there to be a central left and right module, so I interpreted that as just being a straight line across like this. And then it said to go ahead and connect that up to the gyrosphere route, allowing them to pass through, which you can see I've done here. Holy cow, okay, we got lucky. Minimum population amount is 3, and that's exactly what we're gonna have. So we got lucky, my friends. Ooh, I tell you what though, I do need to go in and design their enclosure. I forgot to do that. There you go, skinkies. Go and feast up. Okay, so now how are we looking? You are totally good, because your friend is on their way. Sweet! Still uncomfortable though. Needy freaks.
Now that you've finished the aviary and gyrosphere route, let's add a few more restrooms and amenities to generate more income. Then to push us to 5 stars, add 2 final exhibits, one for Dilophosaurus and one for Stegosaurus. I'll send another map.
So the final thing that Grok has given me to reach 5 stars, at least as of this date and time, is it says to add more amenities and restrooms to help with the crowding situation, which will also allow us to go in and configure those buildings to generate more income. Then once that's done, to add the final 2 species, which it recommends being Stegosaurus and Dilophosaurus. So let's go and take care of that. Okay, for Dilophosaurus, Grok went ahead and recommended that we use the 2022 skin. These 2022 skins are pretty cool. It really does, I know I've said it before and you're probably gonna get tired of hearing me say it, but it really does all just come down to the frill is just goofy looking. It's just not very elegant the way that it looks in game, at least. I don't know, because I do like it in the movies and stuff. Got a plastic bag stuck around your neck is what it looks like. Oh, right in the dome. That had to hurt. And and now for your friend. You, good sir, you just watched your friend die. How are you feeling right now?
Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm!
Oh, really? Well, there's those ones taken care of. And now it has gone ahead and decided to go with only 2 stegosaurs. An animal that is like notorious in my mind at least for needing a really big group to not lose their cool. Once again, I'm having that weird modding issue where the 1997 ones pop up looking all like black for some reason. I don't really know what's causing that, but oh well, they still work the exact same, and honestly, I think it looks kind of cool, so I don't mind it. Now, for both of these exhibits, it said to go ahead and add a viewing gallery and to also integrate them into the gyrosphere loop. So there's it linked up. Basically, instead of going there, it's just gonna cut right into this one real quick, cut all the way across, go through the stegosaurs briefly, and then cut all the way down to here.
Nice. Now let's add a few more shops to wrap this thing up. We're in the final stretch.
Yeah, that works. I mean, it's pretty close to that area. It's a oh, brother. Sorry, lady. I don't have permission yet. I don't have permission. Hang in there.
Later.
Sorry about that, everybody. Let's get the ranger team over here. What was y'all's problem? Oh my god, I got another one. Oh, and you're gonna go to sleep. Make it easy on the oh, no, he's trying to be a sneaky one. He's trying to make it look like he's already been tranked, even though he's not. They're evolving. Get you moved back. Maybe if we set you down by the prey feeder, then you'll stop fussing about it so much. Sorry about that, dude. Oh, oh, that was funny.
Okay, we should be good on dinosaurs now. We need to fix that transport rating though. Add additional gyrosphere stations at your enclosures, and add a monorail as well.
Okay, I've just attached 3 images, one for this, and this, saying this is the current state of your park. What do you think we should do now? Congratulations on achieving a 5-star park. We haven't done it though. Your park is now 5-star. Wait, what? No, it's not. What are you talking about? You should be telling me to add a little bit more amenity coverage. Well, actually, you might still say it anyways, even if you are wrong. Hey, as long as you get the right answer, I don't care how you get there, buddy. Let's see. Improve amenity coverage. Add 1 medium burger banana. God, I love these medium ones, man. Drink coverage, shot. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do these things that it's recommending right here. And let's see what that does. All right, there's everything, and that looks like 5 stars to me. Boom, baby. We did it, everybody! This took an unbelievable amount of time. Yeah, wow, you could say that took some time. So, this park, in my opinion, is significantly uglier than the ChatGPT one. I guess to be fair to Grok though, with this one I tried to stick to exactly what it was saying for like every single tiny little detail. And so yeah, it's a little bit more gross and just kind of weird looking. It definitely looks like it was kind of made by an AI or something weird going on. Maybe somebody that doesn't really know how to play the game. To its credit though, it did get the job done. And I don't want to sound like I'm hating on Grok too much. It did actually have quite a few things that were helpful and I thought improvements over ChatGPT. Like I really enjoyed, at least in the early game, the schematics it was giving me for kind of like a little bit more of a visualization of how to do it. Anyways, that's pretty much it. We've got this really weird, convoluted, long, ugly gyrosphere route going through. We've got a monorail station that cuts right across the middle of everything, a couple of hotels and food stations. Love some redundancy as well with our double shelters. That's always funny. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave some support for the video below. As I just showed you, this took an incredibly long time to record, and I can only imagine how long this will take to edit. So wish me luck. I will be dying, especially since this is also my finals week. That being said, thank you guys so much for watching. It really does mean the world to me just having you guys' support and just, you know, being here to experience this journey with me. Go ahead and leave some more suggestions down below telling me what sort of AI programs you would like to see attempt this challenge again in the future. If you have any, if y'all are done with this series, and there you go, that's always fine too. We'll move on to bigger, better things. But it seems like you folks really quite like these. Also, quick shout out to our first ever subscriber of the week. Thank you, Nikki Mejias, I hope I'm saying that correctly, for being such an amazing subscriber. You've been here on the channel showing some love, showing some support, leaving comments, and doing all those amazing things that help out the channel. You, my friend, are an awesome person, and I just wanted to shout you out to give you some quick recognition. And you, ladies and gentlemen at home, if you would like to be a future subscriber of the week, just make sure to interact with the channel. Be here, hang out, have a good time, leave a comment, and who knows, maybe you'll be the one featured in a future episode. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Bye-bye.